Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our tour of Scheels Sporting Goods in the Reno Sparks, Nevada area. This is part 2 of our 3-part series. In part 1, we focused on the bottom floor, and in part 2, we're going to take a look at about 1/3 of the second floor. Why don't you join me? Let's go exploring. In this part 2, we're going to take a look at the sporting goods equipment. We'll take a look at arts and crafts and hobbies, and we'll finish up with looking at 2 innovative displays that make Scheels such an exciting place to shop and to visit. Now, I know that hydration is important at the best of time, especially when playing sports. And I know Sparks and Reno is in the middle of the desert. So, again, back to hydration. I know that Stanley is a very popular brand, but you must admit this is an incredibly impressive display. Or, as a former CEO of mine once said, I want dominant displays. Dominance. This, my friends, is dominance. Next up is baseball with the team uniforms and the like. Then we wandered into the equipment, gloves. I didn't get much of a chance to take a look at all of the gloves. I should have, in retrospect, but they had an absolutely massive display, as they do with the bats, as you can see. And a hitting cage where you can try out those various bats, the weights and the lengths, batting helmets, and the higher end bats. Nice job. Across the aisle we have more baseball. Here we see premium gloves. Not sure I agree with splitting them up from the regular gloves, but that's their store. They can do what they want. We also have batting helmets and ladies' baseball apparel. We also have, and again, here's more gloves, more premium gloves. Ladies, I also assume. And we have a glove steamer. I've always liked that idea. Put your glove in, soften it up. Don't have to spend days and weeks softening up your glove. Now we're wandering into the golf clubs section, or the golf section. We just saw an assortment of clubs. Here are the bags. Nice putting area. I've always liked that idea, trying out the putters. Good use of digital signage. Again, the brand names. Wedges. I always seem to need the sand wedges. For some reason, I always find the sand. Don't know why, but anyways. Assortments. Odds and ends. And here we have package sets. The other aisle over, we saw the youth package sets. I really like this Titleist display on the end. Really nice job with that. Again, another end cap display. I'm sure paid for by the vendors themselves. And of course, we have to have the golf center. I've always liked these golf simulators and testing areas, but it's also critical that you have a good salesperson to go along with it. And I find Scheels is, they've trained their staff really, really well. Great expertise there. Nice display of golf shoes. We saw a huge display of regular shoes downstairs, athletic shoes, but here's more. Golf caps, golf apparel. Nice set of displays. Well, this Cape Cod chair, or an Adirondack chair in Canada, certainly looks uncomfortable to sit in, but the benches look great. A welcoming respite. Which way to go? Left or right? Let's go left. Do that a bit, come back, and then we'll go straight ahead. This is the crafts area of the store. Do a really nice job. Like this display here. Reminds me of me when I'm cranky. Or maybe not. Okay, let's turn around and go back the other way. I really like these showcase displays. Well done. Nice display of Lego. Into the exercise area. And here we see some floor mats and other paraphernalia on the back wall. Over here, it looks like music while you exercise. Very important, motivating. Nice display, actually. Weights section. I wonder if they had to reinforce the floor, especially because of all this weight. Good display, though. Well done. Weight belts in the background. The treadmills again to the left. I love this display. This is just fantastic. Again, we talk about dominance. Of course, Mueller certainly had to step up and pay for all of this, but just an absolutely wonderful display. Treadmill parts, always good. Heading into the basketball area. Good assortment of nets and backboards. Again, we have arts and crafts across the aisle. We saw that a little earlier. Nice end display. Not sure, is that wiffle ball? Here are more basketballs. Lacrosse. Well, if there was any doubt that pickleball is a popular sport, just look at this assortment of rackets. Magnificent display of soccer balls, or, as they call it in the rest of the world, footballs. And then we come to American footballs. Who's to know there were so many different sizes? I always assume there's just one size, being Canadian, but clearly not. Backyard trampolines and darts. All we need is a good pub to go along with them, or a pool hall. Watersports, frisbees. Look at that assortment of frisbees. Nice Scheels Stomper display. Children stand in front of it and have pictures taken. Here we have a wonderful display of critters, if you will. I'm sure if you've been to a Bass Pro or a Cabela's, you've probably seen something similar, but they do a really, really nice job here, especially with the labeling of the various creatures. We'll just take a slow wander around. Birds amongst the foliage, along with a skunk. Some bears up top. Deers and wolves. While I was in Reno skiing, I talked to a friend of mine and said, what did you do over the weekend? He says, oh, I took my granddaughter to Scheels. I said, oh, she needed to buy something? Oh, no, no, no. We just went on the Ferris wheel and we went and saw the animal display. She loves it. So, a great attraction. A great attraction and a great way to build customer loyalty. Look at the size of the building in the background. Nice display of bears. Never seen a cinnamon black bear before, but grizzlies, browns. Nice job, very nice job that they've done here. I said we would end part 2 by showing you 2 innovative displays from Scheels. We just saw one with the animal display, and here's the second one, which is a display of U.S. presidents, major U.S. presidents, over the last 250 years or so. And what I really like about this is, again, Scheels does a really great job at patriotism, generating patriotism, and it's something that we in Canada, we really need to take advantage of that a little more, I think. Here we have Eisenhower and Truman. And this ends part 2. In part 3, we're going to take a look at primarily the outdoor activities, fishing, hunting, camping, and the like. But with that, I'm going to say goodbye for today and leave you with an overview from the second floor. Massive, massive store, isn't it? See you next time.